This is going to be the most chaotic video that I've made yet, but I wanted to do it in like my pure chaotic raw form. So you're going to see a bunch of clips throughout this of me just listing random things about myself that you never asked to hear about, but I'm going to tell you anyway. This random fun fact is taking me like 3 days to post because I haven't gotten any sleep. This filter can't even hide the bags under my eyes, so let's pray this weekend I get some sleep. Here are some random fun facts about me. I am the oldest of 3 girls. I have 2 sisters named Lexi and Megan, and we all look alike, and it's kind of creepy. I am the shortest of us all as well, which, whatever. This one will get you guys. I asked my mom where she came out with my name, even though it's become a pretty popular name. At the time, I don't really think that Haley was that popular, and she said that she named me after the comet. Because she liked the comet, which cool, like that's a cool origin story. I said, oh, how'd you come out with the spelling? And she was like, what are you talking about? Your name is spelled like the comet. Girl, no, it's not. No, it is not.
Oh my God.
The comet is spelled Halley, and my name is spelled Haley. I said, how? You had one job. You had one job, and you couldn't. Okay. Before I boycotted CCD when I was younger, which shouldn't, if you know me, that's not really a surprise because I'm a fucking witch now, but the reason I boycotted CCD is because I told my mom that I'm not telling a priest my sins, which I should not, rightfully so. Like, you know, in Euphoria where they're like, you know, Maddie knew who she was at a young age. That was me.
Maddie knew who she was from a very early age.
Haley knew who she was at a young age. My dad told me that the 3 wise men were Larry, Moe, and Curly in 1st grade. And I got kicked out of my CCD class by my nun teacher. And they had to call my mom to come pick me up because I was fighting with them. Because I was like, no, like my dad told me that. My dad wouldn't lie to me. It's probably up there fucking laughing at me right now to tell this story. But yeah, story of my life. Always had me saying crazy shit. Which shouldn't really surprise anybody because if you join our lives or, you know, I'm always saying crazy shit and like missing the joke, or I get the joke like 15 minutes later after it was already told. But like, yeah, so I got kicked out of CCD in 1st grade. I don't really think everybody could say that. I still don't know the 3 wise men name though. I don't really care either because whatever, but you know, shout out to you 3 wise men, whatever. But I've been mentally ill as a kid, which well, I apparently cannot speak correctly, so let me rephrase this. I have been mentally ill my whole life. Well, of course I have, but I've been mentally ill since like the age of 4. I've been mentally ill my whole life. Took a couple grippy sock vacations in my lifetime, but we're good now. I'm medicated, therapy, healing girl era, like I'm Gucci, but I was a very sad child, and I was convinced that for probably like a good 6 months that I was going to be the second coming of the Virgin Mary. And I like genuinely went to my mom concerned like 4 times, and she literally looked at me like I had 7 heads. And I don't think she like took me seriously. She was like, what the hell are you talking about? Again, are we seeing a common theme? I don't know what the religion shit was at me when I was younger. My first crush was my kindergarten teacher, which, surprise, she was a woman. And then I'm pretty sure that like I used to kiss my Hanson posters, and their hair was longer than mine is now, so like The signs were there. The signs were always there. I went Christmas caroling in middle school, and we split the funds between everybody, and I made like $30, and I don't know why, because I am probably top 3 of the worst singers I've ever heard in my entire life. My first teddy bear, his name is D, and I refuse to pick a gender for the bear. So I've had a non-binary teddy bear since I was like 6 months old. You know, I was born this way.
Very entertaining and unique.
I don't know what to say. I remember my mom telling me this story when I think I was like 5, and I'm pretty sure I just said, well, I don't think it's a boy or a girl, it's just D, my teddy bear. And my bear's name was D because I couldn't pronounce teddy. So cute. But it's just funny when I look back, because now like I'm so like into human rights, and I mean I'm a part of the LGBTQ plus community, but like it's just so funny that I had a non-binary fucking teddy bear as a child. I originally wanted to be a teacher, and that didn't happen for multiple reasons, but I wanted to be a history teacher. I'm a big history nerd, very much into politics. I'm a liberal, so I'm not gonna make this page about that, but I will just say that I feel strongly about using my voice because I am able to use my voice and some people are not. So I didn't name my kid after Roman Reigns. My kid's name is Roman. I named my kid after the Fast and Furious movie because I could not think of a name. I'm not going to give you his full name, but his last name is very, like, it's like a masculine Greek last name, and I could not, even though I picked his name in like 5 months. I knew I wanted my dad's name in there somewhere. My dad died when I was 14, so like it was like a way I was going to honor him. And I paid to find out my gender early because I'm fucking nuts, which you'll start to see the common theme as we continue on in this series. I'm going to do this over a couple of days. I did not name him after Roman Reigns. In fact, I went on a hiatus of watching wrestling after my dad died. Like, I checked in here and there, but like I wasn't really aware of the Shield and the Roman Reigns lore until they were breaking up, so.
God. Oh.
It's just a funny coincidence that I'm obsessed with Roman Reigns and he's my favorite wrestler in the entire world, and my kid's named Roman, so now everyone thinks I'm a fucking weirdo. God forbid I go to a meet and greet and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, Roman, I'm your biggest fan, and like, what if my kid's with me and he's like, oh hi, what's your name? And I'm like, oh, my kid's name is Roman, and he's gonna be like, you're a fucking stalker. It's gonna be like www.amandaplease.com, except it's gonna be like www.haleysafuckingstalker.com, even though it had nothing to do with that. Just a coincidence. Before I forget, this is the best story of this video.
One eternity later.
When I was in, I don't know why I was mad at my mom, but like if we refer back to Haley knew who she was at a young age. You couldn't tell me what to do from the time I was born. I got pissed off and I decided I was running away from home. So I packed a bag with like 10 pairs of shoes in it. That's it, just shoes. All I packed was shoes. I only packed 10 pairs of shoes, and I walked to the corner and stood there for like 2 hours. And I remember my mom had to take my sisters to dance and drove by and beeped and waved at me. And I was so fucking mad. So then eventually I was like, you know what, I'm gonna come home when I want to come home. So it really probably wasn't 2 hours. It was probably like maybe a half hour tops. So I came back in and my mom was like, oh, you decided you're not running away? And I was like, leave me alone, all dramatic. And then she looked at my bag and she was like, I want to know where you were going with only shoes. She was like, you packed 10 pairs of shoes and that is all you packed. So where were you going? And that just was a preview to my adulthood because I love shoes. Was an interesting child, to say the least. That definitely carried into my adulthood. 31 years old, still a fucking weirdo. I mentioned I'm short in an earlier video, but like I don't really know if you guys realize how short I am. I am like just about 5 foot. I mean, look at the size of my hands. I'm not kidding you. I have like baby hands. My kid tells me all the time you have baby hands. I need a manicure more, but it's like actually kind of embarrassing. My hands are this little. Do you know what it's like to the store and hand somebody like money carry something and they look at you like, why do your hands look like that? I don't fucking know. I have little hands and little arms and little legs because I'm not even fucking 5 foot. So I have a dog named Zero, and yes, she's named after Jack Skellington's dog Zero from The Nightmare Before Christmas because I am a weirdo. Tim Burton is my favorite producer, writer of all time. Edgar Allan Poe is my dude too, but you can't really tell because I feel like I work from home, so I don't really dress up that much, but like very much spooky. Well, you should be able to sort of tell. I need to get my sleeves finished, but like, you could. Yeah, Tina. I need to put lotion on, so don't judge me, but yeah, this is like, I wear like Doc Martens every time I leave the house, or Converses. So one of my favorite wrestlers, or wrestling groups I should say, growing up were the Hardy Boys and Lita. You can't tell, can you? You can't tell. I don't have red hair or anything. My aesthetic isn't exactly like theirs. You would never be able to tell. Here's the thing about this all. I have so many stories. So many stories. I've lived a long life in 31 years, I'll tell you that. I have so many funny stories that I can tell you about my life that like every time I see my friends I have to retell because they're that funny. But I'm not gonna tell you them all right now because then you're not gonna come back. And I want you to come back. So when I hit 200 subscribers, you can get the rest of the stories. And until then, you're gonna have to wait. Like, subscribe, follow my channel. Okay, bye.